Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I'm knitting with black. This is what I'm doing for Rhiannon. I think these may be school cardigans. I have to do a 24 and a 26 inch for Rhiannon. And I hope your ears are burning, Rhiannon, because I am calling you all sorts of you know, I was going to do a tutorial. This is a 26 inch. It's a rosebud lace cardigan. Now I haven't done a tutorial for a 26. I think I've done most of the sizes up to that size, but not the actual 26 or the 28, which I have my pattern for. And I was going to do a tutorial, and I started the tutorial, casting on the stitches and doing the rib part. But I checked that little bit video that I'd done, and you couldn't really make out what I was doing on it. You couldn't make out the stitches because of the black. And I have this on my knee at the moment, a piece of white sheet of paper. I had that. I put that on the table as well when I was doing it, and it just for anybody wanting to follow along, it would have been too awkward for them to be able to see actually how the stitches were coming out, the way they were working. So I gave that one up. I'll do a tutorial on that size some other time when I do another cardigan in that pattern, that size, but in a different colour that you can see. And as you can see, I am using, these are bamboo, because I couldn't use my zings because of the dark colour against the black. I tried it at first, but it was just too hard to see the colour, to see the stitches properly because of the dark blue coming through. It was dark green for the rib, it was dark blue for the for this part. But these are a pair of the circular bamboo needles that Julie sent me. Now, this was a 4mm. This was one circular. And what I've done is I've folded them in half and cut them in half. So I now have a needle that's just a little bit longer than my zing. That's my zing, and that's how much they're a little bit extra. And all I've done is wrap some sellotape until I can find some proper things to put on. I've just wrapped a load of sellotape around each needle to stop each end of the thing, to stop the stitches coming up. And I did that with another pair. We'll find them where I put them. I don't know where I put them now. Have I lost them? Yeah, somewhere they were. I don't know where on earth have they gone. Things just disappear off this coffee table of mine. I'll have to put that down till I find those needles. I hope I'm not sitting on them. No, I'm not. Oh, I've stuck them in the thing, man. He's hunting all over the place for them, and I've stuck them in my... This is my thing where I stick all my needles. I just stuff all the circular ones down the side and just pop the other ones in. It's a tin of something. Put that one down. Forgot I had put them inside there, hadn't I? Anyway, these were a grey pair, which were 3.25. These were some more circular ones that Julie had sent me. And I would have preferred the grey ones, but I couldn't find, there was no 4mm in the, there was a set of 4, but it was a very short cable like that, probably for socks or something, and that was no good. there was 3.75mm, but I already have a set like that. That was in amongst them. Where are they here? Cables. I've got cables hanging all over the place here. Yeah, I did have another pair, which, so I don't need to cut the other 3.75mm ones. So I didn't need to cut there, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort through all the cables and see which ones I already have, and the ones that's been sent to me, if they've got a decent length cable, I'm going to cut them in half and just do what I did with these. These are needle protector things I just stuck on the end. I just filled the end with a bit of sellotape, you know, to make it a bit thicker to go inside there so they would stay inside, and they work great. But I have thought about getting beads, you know, like a good sized bead, and popping the cable through and knotting it on the other side so it doesn't come back through the hole. And that would make the ends for them. But these are pony ones, and I was never very keen. I do not like knitting with the pony, the circular ones that's in a circle. But when I started knitting with these, I don't know whether it's because they're two separate needles, they knit up much easier than they do in a circle. This part doesn't bother me. So I have 3.25mm here now for doing the ribs, and that is a little bit longer than, it was quite a long cable, which I split in half again. As you can see, there's quite a good length. I used that for one of the little cardigans I've done with a V-neck in it. There was enough on there for to go all the way around the whole cardigan for the band, a little 18-inch one. So that's another pair I have. So that's 3 pair I have like that, plus I think there's a 7mm pair that I bought myself, the proper ones that I bought myself. And you know, I can knit a lot faster with these than I can with the needles, because when I'm knitting with these, I'm sitting on my settee, I have to have the needle across my arm like that, because if I hold them down like that, the ends of the needle keep hitting the cushions on the settee. And if I sit on my chair, it's the same on the chair, they keep hitting the sides of the arms of the chairs. So I have to knit with them up on my arm, and that seems to make me knit slower. But when I'm knitting with them down here like that, which I can do with these, just knitting like that, I can knit an awful lot faster. I didn't realise how fast I could knit until I started doing that. Which will get some of my orders finished a lot quicker than before. So thank you very much for all of those circulars you sent to me. But mind what I'm knitting with at the moment, I'll put those down somewhere. I'm knitting at the moment with the black, so I have that on my knee because I'm actually wearing black jeans and I couldn't even see the knitting against my jeans. And I've lost the other needle for this one. What have I done with it? Oh, there it is. Just one of those days everything seems to be in the way. But I have noticed these ones, when I first started knitting with them, they're quite a thicker cable. As these are bamboo ones, 4mm, and these were the ones that Julie sent me as well. And as they're getting a larger size, so does the cable gets thicker as well. Well, this one is more or less, the cable I think is more or less practically the same thickness as the needle. When I first started knitting with them, I cast on the stitches and tried to do the first row, and I was having an awful job trying to push the stitches. They wouldn't move, and then I noticed something. This wasn't very smooth, and this cable part was sort of sticky like. So I got my furniture polish out and I've polished them. So when you get these, Rhiannon, there'll probably be a whiff of furniture polish on them, because I would probably have to do it now and again, because I don't think they're very good bamboo ones, actually. They could do with having a covered with something that makes them so you don't have to polish them. But they are better, much better for me to knit with, lot quicker. At least having that white paper on my knee, I can see the stitches a little bit better, but once the daylight starts going, there's no way I can knit this black. And this pattern has, when I'm doing the rosebuds, between each set of rosebuds on the pattern there is 4 rows of just plain stocking stitch. But I've changed that to 6 because of this black being so hard to knit. If I make a mistake in the pattern, I'm going to have an awful job seeing it. Which is one of the reasons. It's not just me my age. I think a lot of people said they don't like knitting with black. But see, when I hold the needles down like that, these ones don't hit on the cushions on the side of my settee, and I can just whiz along when I'm just knitting. I can go very quicker than I can the other way. So hopefully I'll get these finished quickly, because I think these may be for school, for Rhiannon's kids, for our 2 little girls who are going back to school. So I will have to get those done, but I'm only knitting those in the daylight hours because I'm seeing I can't knit black. Once the light goes on, that's it. Even with the thing I have to put round my neck, it does not help that much. It does help with knitting any other colours, you know, gives you a little bit extra light, but black is just terrible. Put that down anyway. I'll put that knitting down. I'll show you what else I have been doing. Put that paper on there. I have made one of the second. That is one of the sets I have done for Jill, which I have to put the ends on. And I did this probably a couple of days ago. I haven't had time to do any more crochet, so I've made the first size one. I have the other 2 sizes to do, and then I'll be able to send them off to Jill. And yeah, take that off there. That's how much I've got done with Belinda's. I'll not be long before I'll be up to the armholes on that. Once I start knitting that, I'm going to change to the circular one with the cut in half circular ones to finish this, because I think I'll get along much quicker. There. So that's how much I've done of that, as well as the back. And I have got 2 little cardigans here that all I need is sewing up now. I've finished that is a 16-inch, the border lace one. These are 2 I'm doing for Annie. I just need to do the sewing up on these ones. On that one. And that one, I've done the band. That was what I used that circular needle on. That's not circular anymore. The cabled needles, I stopped calling them circular because they're not circular. That's what I done the cabled needles on. There was plenty of room to get all the way around, and I put the band on before I stitched this one up, because I just wanted to get all the knitting done, and then all that's left is just to sew that one up. So that one and the white one is both for Annie, which as soon as I get them sewn up, I will be sending them off to Annie. So if you're watching, Annie, these will be coming your way before long. And I've had a couple of days off. Yesterday, we put my friend Molly, her sister Anne, who died, she was laid to rest yesterday, so that's where I was yesterday. I didn't have time to do much with knitting and that. And so I have just put another, I haven't put it up yet, I've made another video for a Happy Meal. on my Sheila shopping channel. So when I put it up, get yourself over and have a look and see what Pauline sent me. So I'm going to get as much as this because it is 3 o'clock now. So I'll only knit this until tea time, and then I'll be on with the white one for Belinda after I've had my tea. So I'm hopefully get as much as I can. I've knitted actually quite a lot in the short time I've done it, so I'm glad that I decided to try that with these needles. Even if I don't find anything to put on the ends, I think the little end on the sellotape thing is quite fine on it actually. The needles don't go, the stitches don't go past there, but it's so much quicker. I don't know why, I never thought of this before, but one lady did send me an email and said she had found these needles like these. I think they're in the United States though. And two old ladies, something like that, the site was called. But you know, there was a set of 14 for 14 needles. So there was 14 sets, so that would be 28 needles like that. They were nearly £400. I don't think the lady that sent me the email and told me about them even realised how much they were. She says, no way I'm paying £400 for knitting needles, especially when I can do things like that myself with them. I may order some Zing ones with the longer cable. Well, as long as the ones I've got now are quite long enough for just ordinary knitting. And do what I've done with these, just cut them in half instead of buying those expensive, you know, the things where you can interchange the needles and the cables and the stoppers for the ends and that. Just do this, it's just as easy. Anyway, that's my bit for today, so thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another day, so bye for now.